There are 3 cool ways to put out a cigarette. The flick. Put the cigarette between your thumb and index finger, and with a swift flick, send it flying through the air. The stomp. Pretend like you do not care and throw the cigarette onto the ground. Then stomp on it as you carry on walking. The fireworks. With a great swing of your arm, send the cigarette whizzing towards a wall. Upon impact, the sparks will fly out in all directions, just like a brilliant fireworks display. These were my favorite moves when I used to smoke. The feeling of being relaxed, oblivious to all your problems. Floating on cloud 9, alas, that was all I did in my youth until that fateful day. It was a long time ago when this started. In junior college, I was an innocent student with perfect grades, and I was even the apple of my teacher's eye. That was before I became rotten. One day, while I was walking home, Leo and his gang, the most boisterous and notorious boys in school, walked up to me. I had always wanted to be in their group, as I had always admired them for their brave acts of mischief. Leo, the leader of the gang, walked up to me with a packet of cigarettes and said, "Hey, Jing Bing, want to hang out with us?" "Sure," I replied. From then on, my life would be turned upside down from a foolish decision that I would pay for. Leo handed me a cigarette and a lighter. "Smoke this," he ordered. His gang members' eyes shone with anticipation. Not wanting to look like a coward in front of them, I quickly put the cigarette into my mouth. When I sucked in the smoke, for the first 10 seconds, I coughed and choked. However, after that, the magic was turned on. My head felt like pudding. A sudden sense of relaxation washed over me as my muscles relaxed. I felt as if all my worries have faded away. "Oh yeah, that feels so good and relaxing," I said sluggishly, not wanting to let go of the cigarette. Leo threw the packet of cigarettes at me and said, "There. You can keep these for now. Smoke as much as you want." I grabbed the packet of cigarettes as if it were a gold bar. From then on, I could not get past a day without cigarettes. Wherever you saw me, I would be always hanging out with Leo and his gang, puffing away like a chimney. Also, if I did not smoke, I would become very bad-tempered. I soon started hitting people whenever they annoyed me. Very soon, I became the meanest teenager you would ever meet. However, it all changed when I had a health scare. That day, I was smoking more than my usual when a pain coursed through my lungs suddenly. I started coughing and sputtering like a damaged car engine. The pain caused me to faint, and I collapsed onto the floor with a loud thud. When I regained consciousness, I found out that I was in the hospital and I had passed out due to lung failure. I was shocked by this and made a decision to quit smoking. At first, it was very hard for me to stay away from cigarettes, and I was always struggling to stop myself from picking up another stick. Soon, through sheer perseverance and mental focus, I finally got rid of the godforsaken habit once and for all. Now, as a 23-year-old young adult in university, although I have quit smoking, I still have to pay for all the harm I did to my body. I sighed as I thought about my very much regretful decision to take up smoking just to fit in. I would also remember that fateful day when my lung collapsed. That is why I always share my story with people who are tempted to take up smoking. Please think carefully before you suffer irreversible consequences to your body.